Oh man, I have some goosebumps. We're definitely taking you to church this evening. What a way to open the show with that beautiful performance by singer, songwriter and producer Ntethelelo Ntethe Mposwa. We'll be chatting to him a bit later on the show about his triumphant return to gospel music. Otherwise, it's 8 p.m. on a Feel Good Friday. Welcome to Trendz Live on SABC. Kamala Mumncedisi, but you can call me Mne. It's another installment of lifestyle, music and fashion. We love hearing from you, so please keep those tweets coming. On X, the handle is @Trendz on SABC. Let's kickstart the show with something that shook Joburg this past weekend. Multi-award-winning artist Chris Brown was in his Mzansi for a highly anticipated 2 days live in Johannesburg, Breezy in South Africa tour by Big Concerts, which took place at the FNB Stadium. He took the word electrifying to another level with his timeless discography of hits and pulled over 94,000 fans on each night from all parts of the globe to experience this one-of-a-kind production that is now dubbed Breezy Bowl. Yep, Silepe Maifadi was out there having the time of her life. Have a look.
For 2.5 hours, Chris Brown shut down the largest stadium in Africa, the FNB Stadium in Nasrec, Johannesburg, where he performed 45 of his most loved hits, leaving fans longing for more.
What did you think of
of the show?
Outstanding. Such an incredible performance. He was flying around the stadium. It was crazy. It was sensational.
He was out of this world. It was all the lights, the lighting, the last song. It was amazing. Breezy was like epic. We absolutely enjoyed Breezy. Like I've got new love for him. The guy is dope, right?
It should be
the
an
guy
annual thing, actually.
Yeah, it should be an annual thing.
Honestly, he's just an amazing performer. Like, he dances, he sings, he really interacts with the crowd. So it was just an amazing thing to see. So I was like, we have to see it in person.
Actually, my lovely wife, it was her 32nd birthday, and it's been a lifelong dream to meet Chris Brown. So I had to surprise her with the tickets.
Yes. Did it meet your expectations?
Beyond my expectations. It was amazing. It was everything I thought it would have been, but so much more.
Since his last visit in 2012 for his Carpe Diem tour, Breezy fans have been highly anticipating his return. A decade later, he did it in the most incredible way by filling up a venue to the capacity of 94,000 per night, making it the largest audience he has performed for and adding interesting elements to the show that brought him closer to his fans.
Hey, look, Chris Brown hasn't been here for a while. We looked at him making a statement. We wanted to see something different, and we did tonight. I think he used the venue really well, but he was extraordinary. I think he really was. He brought his A game.
And it was so nostalgic, and then at some point we were all like crying because he was like the throwbacks. He was doing all our greatest hits, so we were so happy to just be there and share that with him in person. It was amazing.
It's Breezy. What do you expect?
What did you love most about today?
Oh, the dancing, the singing, the performances, amazing. And especially him with his shirt off.
Okay.
One thing I like about tonight was he factored in some of South Africa's talent. I think he used Amapiano was used in most of his songs, which was really great. And you can see it. I think African talent is growing, and I think Chris Brown is noticing it. But most overall, we liked the concerts, and hey, everyone had fun.
He carried the crowd from point zero all the way to the end of the concert. I think it's loved by South Africans and Africans because I think all of the Southern Africa is here.
He knows that music is part of South African culture. Like, that's what we celebrate in everything. Yeah.
Well, it was just like all the dances. They just made it so unique and different. It was really great. Amazing.
Did he perform your favorite track?
Yeah, all of them. All of them.
All of them are your
all of the classics, including the new album. The latest album. It was a good one. Yeah, we had fun.
Yeah, definitely it was. Your favorite track from tonight?
Loyal, but there's so many.
Favorite Breezy track has to be the last one, Forever. It just makes you feel a type of way. And I think the way he placed it and the way he performed it was amazing, and just made us feeling like we really wanted to do that again.
Oh, it's too hard. It's too hard. Mostly like the early ones. So yo, excuse me, miss. Yeah.
What did you think of the concert?
Oh my gosh, it was amazing. My life is literally made forever. I waited my whole life for this one night.
Wow, your favorite track?
It was amazing. Yes, man. Christopher, you know what? You gave us a performance. Christopher gave us a performance, and you know what? We love him. I'm into you. Oh, I gotta see you, boo. And my heart's all over the world tonight.
Many fans are now feeling the effects of the Breezy Bowl blues, a term that came from the after effects of already missing his energy and impeccable performance that left many speechless from that experience. Hang in there, Breezy fans. He promised to be back soon. It might be sooner than you think.
It's Breezy, baby. Listen, we're going to take a quick ad break. When we come back, it's more of Trendz Live. Stick around. You're still watching Trendz live on SABC. Now, ancient techniques have a way of finding longevity, even when methods, or modern methods rather, come into the picture. Fragrances make up a large part of the beauty industry, with Egyptian fragrances projected to generate just over $1 billion in 2024. The notes have come a long way from frankincense and myrrh, and Trendz live producer Ntethelelo went on a sensory journey with beauty entrepreneur Alicia van der Venter, who shared some insights on her love of fragrances and how scents interact with our skin. Now this is when I wish that I could smell the TV.
So darling, listen, you may think I'm in Cairo, but I'm really in the heart of Pretoria, a place near and dear to my very own heart. And I'm so glad to have discovered an entrepreneur who's doing marvelous things, giving us the sense of Africa right here in our backyard. It is something special to me that I once discovered many, many years ago. And I was just telling Alicia, I have like this much left of my Egyptian oil. And here she is. She saved the day. It was Alicia's Egyptian son-in-law that drew her closer to an underlying dream yet to be fulfilled. She had always been a fragrance fanatic, and the journey began there with love.
When I got to Egypt, I discovered these Egyptian perfume oils, which I have never come across in my life. It was my first encounter with it, and I completely fell madly in love with it. And the most beautiful bottles, because the bottles are the first thing you see, like you can see, and then the oil and the whole combination just stirred me completely into, I have to bring this to South Africa.
She tells about her business journey.
That took me 4 years of research, of developing, of finding the right people to work with in Egypt, the right perfume makers to work with, the right people to make the bottles, to get the bottles from, the packaging, from beginning to end.
The name is of a woman who lived in 12,000 BC, who was a pioneering chemist and leader in ancient Mesopotamia.
There's not a lot written about her, but her name was Taputi Bella Tekali. And they describe her, she was the first female chemist of those years who made perfume. And then they describe her further and say that she was also the head of the king's palace, and she also loved perfume and beautiful things. And to me, that was why we called it Taputi, and where we brought Taputi in, because it was such an amazing link between history and art and fragrance.
How do you find your signature fragrance?
Look at the base notes. Look what's in the base of the perfume. It's normally the base notes with amber and vanilla, sandalwood, musks. That's a nice heavy base, you know, and that's a fragrance that will last long.
The physiology of fragrance, how it smells on different people, is what makes it a unique sensory experience.
So there's a lot of factors that plays a role in perfume oils specifically. That determines how long it lasts on you and how it smells on you. And that could be age, it could be hormones, it could be diet, it could be your skin, whether you have a dry skin or an oily skin. All of that plays a role in how a perfume will smell on you and how it will smell on me.
These delicate and hand-painted bottles look like ornaments that belong on a queen's dresser, made from glass and handcrafted. Oh, Alicia, thank you so much for welcoming us. It's been a wonderful introduction. And as a woman in a small to medium, you're growing. We're speaking life into your brand. As a woman in business, it's quite inspiring to see. And I love that beauty entrepreneurs are popping up each and every day in South Africa. It makes the dream possible for every young lady watching at home. So thank you.
Thank you again. Thank you for you. You guys also, I mean, you help us to put our dream out there, and thanks so much for coming out.
There's somebody really famous in history that once said, smelling good is a form of good manners, and I must agree. Now, let me ask you, what are you planning to make for your Christmas table food delights? If you don't have an idea, well, if you're looking for new ideas outside of the traditional trifle or scones for dessert, then here's some tantalizing treats. Trendz producer Ntethelelo Ntethe joined a few new newbies at the kitchen at the BreadBox Bakery and Studio north of Johannesburg for a colourful baking session. Let's find out why these recipes are not too cumbersome, yet add to your perfect Christmas lunch.
Excited to be at a baking session in anticipation of Christmas lunch, especially dessert. While many believe that baking is complicated, Chef Matlogonolo makes it sound as easy as pie.
We've got a simple cake mix, simple ingredients, just add eggs, milk or water, and mix, and then you're done. We are going to make gingerbread men because a lot of kids like gingerbread men, and then we will just be demonstrating on how to decorate it to make them like have a Christmas feel. And we're going to have scones because I think every household, like if you are in South Africa, there's no tea without scones in the morning, whether it's hot or cold. Scones should be part of our Christmas menu. And then of course a dessert, which is our Christmas cake, which is tiramisu and vanilla cake.
Mine was the first time attempt at baking a tiramisu cake. I didn't realize that simply beating eggs to a fluffy texture required a technique.
Baking shouldn't be stressful because majority of the stuff we have them at home. We normally have butter, we normally have eggs, we have flour, we have sugar, we have icing sugar. We have those things in our pantries. The most important thing when it comes to baking, it's getting your ingredients right and the measurements right. A gram is a gram. Because remember, baking is very scientific. So you really have to measure everything else to the T, and then you'll get what you want. Otherwise, things are going to be floppy.
My baking buddies had a great time getting their hands dirty. Paying attention to detail seemed to be yielding great results. Did you know that while baking, substitution and using more authentic ingredients is crucial in the creative process? Here, Mulimo grated organic ginger instead of powder, giving the biscuits a more pungent aroma and flavor.
If, let's say, for example, you are doing an orange cake, just use a whole orange. A lemon, just use a whole lemon. It just give it a full flavor. There are a lot of things that you can use to decorate your baked goods, even including food. Like you can use fruits. Fruits are easy, like your strawberries, your raspberries. You can use oranges, you can use lemons, and any seasonal fruit that is available. And normally in the kitchen, we have to have very short nails. Contrary to popular belief, baking doesn't have to be expensive. Baking can be made easy. It depends on what is it that you want. We've got baking premixes. You can easily make a Christmas cake. There are desserts that are sugar-free that one can have as on a dessert table. So even people that have ailments like diabetes, they can still enjoy that desserts.
So I'm not much of a baker myself, but I really did enjoy the part of getting my dough together, because what I've realized about a lot of people who bake is that the dough is very important. So I was trying my best to get it consistent. I was getting my hands dirty. At first I tried to use a spoon, but that didn't really work. So I was like, okay, let me use my hands, and just putting the dough together, and then finally became like one ball. I really enjoyed that part.
After perfecting all the dough and shaping our various treats, they headed straight for the oven for about 35 minutes. Decorating time had us all even more excited. Each person could decide on the presentation of their dessert. Baking with family has some great benefits indeed.
Baking is such a good family activity because it brings people together. And then also, for me, it's very therapeutic. And you learn a lot from baking because there's a lot of steps that you need to follow. It also teaches you patience.
Once you mess up with the ingredients, you're not going to get the good quality of your product. And it reminded me of my childhood. We used to bake gingerbread men, but I was not focusing at that time. But yeah, we really had fun, and to decorate them, it was actually nice.
Normally in my family, the women actually take charge of preparing the meals and stuff. So this time, I'm actually going to be in charge of the baking of the dessert so that they actually enjoy and actually see what I've learned from the baking classes.
The kitchen turned into a playground ideal even for children. Everyone was pleased with their final treats. More importantly, we were ready to start thinking about more creative, colorful recipes for any cheerful occasion. Gingerbread man biscuits, colorful scones, and who would have thought that I could make an entire tiramisu cake? Guys, It was quicker than I thought it would be and absolute loads of fun. So I'm ready to go and have Christmas with my family. Enjoy creating your festive treats too.
Ah, that looks so yummy. I can't wait for Christmas myself. Listen, we're going to take a quick ad break. When we come back, we take you to a Thai restaurant. You definitely don't want to miss it. Stick around. Welcome back to the show. Now, perhaps SA is rocking too hard for you to take a Terminal A trip to Asia, but skawara, because you can enjoy the best Korean, Vietnamese and Japanese cuisines right here in Waterfall, Midrand. Our producer Silepe Maifari got the intel so we can stay plugged. You know what I mean? Have a look.
Trendy, when you're looking for the best spot to chill at and enjoy a good grab, what are the elements that you look out for? While you ponder on that, let's put you on what's trendy.
Fresh food is really something that people are about. Not over-complicated, fresh flavors, healthy. We have a lot more people eating things like tofu that we've never seen before. Vegan is becoming something that's real. So I think that that's a big trend. And if we look at Jinsei and we look at the Asian food accompanies that. And that's what makes it so great, is because of the fact that this is Korean, it's Japanese, it's a little bit of Taiwanese, and all that food is fresh and healthy, and that is what people are about.
Fresh and healthy is definitely what we're going for this season. This space is a culmination of that, creating the best fusion of traditional Asian cuisines.
The Korean influence comes in our gyozas. Very lengthy process. We actually take whole pieces of meat and cut it by hand into small little cubes, and then we build our gyozas out of that. That's a very big difference between putting it through a mincer, and it gives you so much more flavor and texture if you're eating it. So the Korean influence comes through on that. Japanese, we went very strong on the ramens. Ramen is a labor of love, one of my favorite dishes. The stock cooks for about 16 hours, and you've got this rich broth, and then you've got these fresh ingredients, noodles and bean sprouts and carrots and this beautiful marinated egg that goes into it. So that just is a dish that is, even in winter, it is that hearty dish, and in summer, that's something that you will eat at night, but that doesn't leave you feeling heavy and that you can come back for more. Then obviously sushi is a big trend. People love it. We've done a lot more in terms of the fried sushi, still keeping the fresh flavors, but going a little bit more in the amai. We call it amai sushi, which is sweet, so more to that sweeter style of sushi.
How did you get that kind of experience of knowing how to create Asian food?
I once worked with Chef Henry Robertson in Santin. He once worked with Gordon Ramsay in England. He's the one who teach me some Asian recipes, and last year I joined Chinel, so I get more experience from her.
Now that we have the food sorted out, the vibes are just as crucial. Looks are everything. The design definitely needs to pop for those Insta snaps, right?
Without not being minimalist, we went for almost like a haiku poem. Just a few short, strong comments to create a thing of beauty. We didn't want to over-clutter the place, we didn't want to over-labor it, but we wanted to bring in natural elements. So our walls and ceiling are paneled in shingles. There's like over 10,000 shingles covering the whole place. So when you walk in, you're getting that warmth, that authenticity, as if you're walking down an old Tokyo street, but you still can see the view of Waterfall and the bustling lights of the city. We then went very, again, sticking to the minimalistic theme, neat, clean lines with just a couple of colors, the blacks, the woods, and the darks, just to give you that comfortable Asian feel.
The space is designed to pair perfectly with the signature meals, giving you the right amount of nostalgia and new adventures.
It's been an amazing experience in that our reach has been a lot broader than expected. respect it. We're finding, even though we've been in Waterfall for 10 years, we're seeing new, fresh people. We're seeing different demographics, different ages, and the reception has been positive. I think people are enjoying what we're offering. They love the environment, they love the space. I think you walk into it and you've taken in a journey.
We really worked hard. We worked with Chef Rani from Umami Studios in order for us to develop something that's really authentic. And we keep on striving to do that time and time again. We've had travelers, people that said, no, I've lived in Japan for 10 years and I can actually come into a restaurant in South Africa and sit here and eat something that reminds me of my time that I spent in those places. And that for me is such a great compliment, and it just makes my heart happy because it's like, yes, we got it right.
Don't say I didn't plug you. Now you can enjoy Asia and still get to enjoy the summer December vibes of Mzansi without feeling the FOMO.
So delicious. Now, this festive season, we encourage you to explore your own neighborhood because, take it from us, there are so many hidden gems. This past week, we spent some time at the Shoshanguve Hotel where we were treated to a 5-star stay right in the middle of ekasi.
The concept of a township economy originates from the idea of previously disadvantaged communities that consist of non-whites in South Africa. Now that concept extends to the idea that there's also vibrant economy that exists within the township. Now I heard that there is a hotel right here in the township of Shoshanguve. I am going there a little bit later on. It's a bit of a walking distance. So before we get there, I'm gonna need some refueling, so let's go by. I must go by. From a taste of kasi to a luxurious escape right in the heart of Shoshanguve, I was in for a pleasant surprise.
We bought the property in 2018 and then we started renovating in 2019, and then unfortunately there was the pandemic time. The COVID, we had to close for a few years, and then when we came back, we continued with the renovations. I think this will be our second Christmas and our second crossover to 2025. So from the beginning, it was very bad from COVID time, but I'll tell you now, like yesterday, we were full. All the halls were full. The garden was full. So I think the growth rate is about 80% now.
The hotel provides a fresh new take on how you can do travel this summer right in your neighborhood.
We were inspired mostly by what we saw outside and wanted to bring it here. We've been traveling the world and we saw the hospitality industry and wanted to bring it here. What is from the West and wanted to bring it here in our township. We have spectacular property. We have our pool, we have the spa, we have gym. We brought also the steam room. We have 58 rooms where there are standard rooms, premium rooms, and also our royal suites that we offer. Yes, we also cater for conferences, events. People love to celebrate. We make sure that whatever they want, the luxury, that it's spectacular and it's a memorable event. So we brought that also to our township.
And for those Insta-worthy moments, the pool section has it all. You can't go wrong with a flotation breakfast.
It's very nice. It's beautiful. I actually enjoy the ambience, you know. Yeah, it's like you're in Limpopo somewhere by the bushes, but within Pretoria. I actually saw it on a platform on Instagram. A friend of mine actually stays here in Montana. So she's the one that actually posted. She was here by the pool. I'm like, yo, guy more. And she's like, go Sosha. So when she said Sosha, how possible, you know, and then until we came, like, wow, it's gorgeous.
Okay, something sweet that just happened that I had to be part of. There's a lady who brought 2 of her friends to come and do a spa treatment, like full body massage, the whole 9 yards. And the lady said it's the first time that they're getting a massage. Isn't that just amazing? Hi, Ma.
Hello.
How did you know about this establishment?
Actually, ne ke sa tsebe ke no re ke dutse fela ka bolela le ngwanyana ka gore e ke le Limpopo ka mfounela gore a re bookele e massage mo re tla yo massage-ang gona so o tlogile a tlonya ka lefelo le and then a re bookela mo.
What's the message that you want to tell to other older generation people about, you know, treating yourself, taking yourself out and just having a good time?
Batho ba baholo ba go lekana le nna nka re go bona ka re lebelelang bophelo bo tla ka teng and then a gona motho wa ka tswelang ma tlo tswelang gona tlo go direla sa wena o se nyakang go se dira tšhelete o e tshwereng e nyane the tabish because you never know sa sa o ka no tsoga ro betso sa tsoga.
Guys, you heard it from the soft life queen. Yeah, Tani.
Yes, honey. Look, we told you to go visit the ekasi. We're gonna take a quick ad break. On the way, that chat that I promised you with Ntethe, you definitely don't want to miss it. This is still Trendz Live. Welcome back to Trendz Live. Now, from his local church choir to a blossoming career in the music industry as a label owner, Ntethe Mposwa's journey is one to draw inspiration from. His early musical influences include the rich musical heritage from the Eastern Cape, and today we have the opportunity to hear how he has grown into a sound of his own. In this season of renewal, we find comfort in the sounds of the likes of Ntethe and many other blessed voices. To hear from the man of the moment himself, he's right here in the studio. We want to know where he's been, where he's headed to. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Ntethe.
Do you have drum rolls?
Yeah, see, I don't know if I should say boo, 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 or should I do like ting. Welcome to Trendz Live, sir.
Thanks, my brother. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us. Look, let's dive straight into it. For people who don't know who Ntethe is, talk to me about the artist Ntethe.
Okay, the artist Ntethe, greetings to the viewers at home. I'm from, like you've said, I'm from the Eastern Cape. I'm from Indlu Mampondo, Ofago, Onyawo, I'm from there, that's where I grew up. I've mentioned I was following my mom, going to church, and then that's where all this thing started. Music, I've been on choirs, music choirs, then up until 2007, where I was discovered by my brother Obuntu Makata when I was singing a youth convention in Mthatha. If you know a worship team, I was part of a worship team, and then I was singing there. Then after church, we're still using a cassette at that time.
Oh yes.
He gave me his cassette saying, "Hey, go and listen here. This is my music. I would like to work with you." Then we came to Jozi to record for the first time in a professional studio. Yeah, that's where I've been in music.
Two things that I'm picking up now. The first, when you say that you used to walk with your mother to church when you were young, I think we can all relate to that. You know, they say, we are all going to church.
Everyone.
But the second one, when you're speaking about you coming to Johannesburg and recording in a professional music space, I see how your face is lighting up. And that, for me, is a moment of joy for you, which speaks to your song, Kumnandi, you know, which also talks about the greatness and the joy that comes from being a believer. Talk to me about the moments that have brought you joy in your career so far and just 2024 also.
Okay, it's been signed by Universal Music.
Of course.
It's been quite a journey. I remember I had a demo which I recorded in 2018. I waited for 8 years having that demo, knocking on doors. Even Universal, I knocked.
Sure.
They rejected my music, Bubula Music, different music companies. I had a demo up until I had to go and ask the producer who took me in. He made my first album. We did my second album as well. And then this year, beginning of this year, we're just busy, Universal, working. They heard my voice. They said, no, we would like you to come back to gospel music and do gospel. So those have been Icheniamge and the Tandaga Kulu. And you spoke about some highlights on this year. And last month, I just got married, man. So
hey!
Yeah, Yeah, so yeah, those are just my highlights now for Unyaga 2024, and God has been good.
Yeah, no, and I also pick up the fact that God's timing truly indeed is always the best timing.
Yeah.
You didn't mention the fact that in 2016 you are nominated for the Crown Gospel Awards. In 2017 you won the best music video, but it's fine. It's fine. I want to talk to you about your creative process, because you also write music for the likes of Berita, Amanda Black, and those are people who don't generally sing gospel. So how do you tap into your multi-creative side?
Yeah, so you've mentioned 2017 when I won a Gospel Crown Award. That's the last award I won, my SABC Crown Gospel Music Awards. Then after 2017, I took a break. I worked with artists who are doing secular music, not gospel. Like you've mentioned about Berita. There's a song, Amanda Black. We worked on that with the guy I'm with, Lord Jazz. We produced vocals Berita, and I co-wrote the song as well. You spoke about writing. I always say I'm a songwriter before an artist. I love writing. I hate music that doesn't make sense, you know.
Yes.
I love my lyrics are cool, yes.
I absolutely love it. Before I let you go, because you are going to be performing Kumnandi for us here tonight, I cannot wait to hear it. I know the viewers at home also cannot wait. But just as a parting note to somebody sitting at home that feels that their faith has been tested this year, that feels like they're despondent, they don't know how to go forward, man. What would you say to them?
There's a Bible verse that I like as we are going now with Christmas, Romans, which says, if God is for us, who can be against us? So it means we always need God on everything that we are doing. Let's keep pushing. I mean, I've just mentioned I had a music demo in me for 8 years trying to knock. You can imagine 8 years going around, try to get a big break, you know. But yeah, everything happens. So I'll just say, if God is on your side, no one can stop you. If God is on your side, no one can be against you.
True words. If God be for us, then who can be against us? Ladies and gentlemen, that's where we wrap up the show for tonight. Fear not, we're back again next week, Friday, same time, same place, right here on SABC News Channel 404. But you can call me Mne. Until next time, from my heart to yours, au revoir, bye-bye. Here he is now, performing Kumnandi. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Ntethe. Good night.
sing a fool.